I was having a discussion with other Hindus regarding moksha being not eternal, and they pointed out a valid thing that the merits giving rise to proportionate results is the concept of Swarga and Naraka. Moksha, by definition, means escape from the cycle of cause and effect. So, superimposing the idea of doing tapasya for a finite number of lifetimes, not being able to account for an infinite moksha period, is a categorical error of Maharishi Dayanand Saraswati. So, this is a discussion between two people, one person who believes in Vedas and Arya Samaj, another Hindu who says that moksha is eternal, whereas Rigveda mantra very clearly says that moksha is non-eternal. Rigveda mantra 1 by 24 by 1 and 2. In this mantra, Maharishi has given a very beautiful description in the Bhavartha Bhashya of this mantra, and also he has mentioned in chapter number 9 of Light of Truth these two mantras, which he clarifies that moksha cannot be eternal. The mantra says, okay, I'll explain the mantra, but the question is the concept of a finite result for a finite effort. This is only for Swarga and Naraka. In case of moksha, it is called as escaping the cycle of cause and effect. So moksha is always eternal. Even though the tapasya we do for attaining moksha is finite, the moksha is infinite is what the Hindus believe, whereas Maharishi does not believe it. So Maharishi has made a error. This is the discussion between two people. So what do you think about this was a question to me. So basically, I think that the moksha is non-eternal. Not only me, I don't have any authority. I'm not a Apta Purush. My Acharya has taught us, and also Maharishi Dayanand Saraswati has mentioned in this book. Maharishi is a Apta Purush, and my Acharya is also a Yogi Apta Purush. My Acharya also has mentioned in his website vedamandir.com clearly that the moksha is the result of something. Moksha is not permanently present. Jivatma, in Sankhya Darshan first chapter, there is a very big discussion between the Purva Pakshi and Maharishi Kapil, where they will try to establish that, whether the Jivatma is Swabhav se Mukt hai ya Baddh hai. If Jivatma Swabhav se Mukt hai, then it will never come into bondage. If Jivatma Swabhav se in bondage, it will never come into moksha. So Jivatma is neither Swabhav se Mukt nor Swabhav se Baddh. Due to some nimit, it goes into bondage, and due to some nimit, it goes into moksha. So moksha is not eternal as per Sankhya also. So in this way, the mantra Maharishi has beautifully explained. The mantra is Rigveda 1 by 24 by 1. Kasya nunam katamasya amrutanam manamahe charu devasya nama kono mahiya aditaye punardhat pitaram cha drishayam mataram cha. See, Paramatma clearly says this mantra can be applicable for both proving the next birth exists, also to prove that the next birth after moksha exists. Kasya nunam katamasya amrutanam manamahe. Maharishi writes, whose name should we know as hallowed? Hallowed means honored. Whose name is very gloriful and honored? Which is that being who is existent within imperishable objects and shines there? Who on the expiry of the term of enjoyment of beatitude is moksha. Who on the expiry of the term of moksha gives us birth into this world and an access to the mother and father. This is the question asked in the Veda mantra, first mantra 1 by 24 by first mantra. And the answer is given in the next mantra. Agner vayam pratamasya amrutana manamahe charu devasya nama sano mahiya aditaye punardat pitaram cha drishayam mataram cha. Maharishi writes, we must know that the name of that self-effulgent Agni, beginningless, free, supreme being, who after making us enjoy the happiness of salvation, gives us again earthly life by bringing us to the birth with the conjunction of mother and father and awarding us the sight of the parents. That very God is the ordainer of salvation and Lord of all. So Paramatma awards us moksha as a result of our tapasya. So tapasya is limited. The action is limited. The result will not be unlimited. Tapasya is limited in the sense we do tapasya for several thousand janmas. And once we destroy our aviveka, we will get samadhi. And after leaving the body, the jivatma will escape samadhi and it will go into moksha. Samadhi happens in the body, moksha happens when the body does not exist. But moksha is the result of tapasya, and स्वभाव से जीवात्मा मुक्त नहीं है, स्वभाव से जीवात्मा बद्ध नहीं है, because स्वभाव will never get changed. Please understand, swarup will never get changed. Swabhav say if Jivatma is ever in Mukti, it will never come into birth and death cycle. And similarly, Swabhav say if Jivatma is in Baddha, it will never aim for moksha because it can never attain moksha. So moksha and bandhan is due to a nimitta. When the Jivatma misunderstands Prakriti, when the Jivatma gets into aviveka, misunderstanding of Prakriti, it will get into bondage. And when the Jivatma does tapasya and understands the nature of Prakriti, nature of soul, and nature of Paramatma, thereby it attains Vairagya and Viveka, then it will enter Samadhi. So that is the reason that moksha is a result of tapasya, and the result is always limited. Result cannot be unlimited because the cause is also limited. The reason for the tapasya time is limited. Similarly, moksha time is limited. Moksha time is limited does not mean that few hundred years, few thousand years. Moksha is 311 trillion years. The 311 point some years. That also is a very big number. So 311.04 or 4 years, something like that. 31 नील 10 करोड़ 40 अरब वर्ष. So that is the moksha time. So it is very big amount of time for Jivatma to be in blissful stage, and that is the time awarded by Paramatma for each and every Jivatma. And after that time is over, each and every Jivatma, Paramatma says in this mantra that very God is the ordainer of salvation and law and Lord of all, and that very God will bring us to birth with the conjunction of mother and father after the salvation period is over. So this is the Vedic Dharma. Other Hindus can believe anything, but Vedic Dharma, we must always listen to Pramanik Vyakti. Pramanik Vyakti are those people who are Rishi Muni Tapasvis who have attained a Samadhi and who have realized this Veda mantras and the knowledge of the Vedas in the Samadhi in their hearts. So, and also one more follow-up question was that Maharishi quoted that Jivatmas are infinite in number. Sankhya 1 by 159, Maharishi has quoted that Jivatmas are infinite in number. I have the same, I have the book The Light of Truth, and in this book English book page number 400, Maharishi is quoting Sutra 1 by 159 of Sankhya, where Maharishi says, Idanim iva sarvatra na atyanta uchchedah. This is the sutra. Just as now as there are bondage and emancipated souls, so they always remain. Just as now means now we are seeing this universe. There are Mukta Purush also now. Mukta Atmas like Sri Ram, Sri Krishna, Kapil Muni, Maharishi, Patanjali. Many Mukta Purush are there. Similarly, there are many Baddha Jivatma we are seeing. Just as we are experiencing and seeing now, it will always continue is what the sutra says. There is no absolute annihilation of either bondage or of salvation, but bondage and emancipation are not everlasting. Both are not everlasting. When the avivek is destroyed, bondage will come to end. When the salvation time will come to an end, then bondage will again start. So this will continue. Atyanta uchchedat na means this universe will continue to exist forever because all the souls cannot attain moksha at the same point of time. We all see the differences in the souls in this world. There are so many trees are there. They are also souls. The trees will come into human birth at one point of time and they will also aim for samadhi. And so many human beings are there out of 8 billion population. How many people are knowing Vedas and Samadhi and Yoga Vidya? And how many people who are following Vedas are really approaching Samadhi? Very few. So always Jivatma will continue to exist in the bondage. As long as they are in bondage, the universe will continue to exist. And people and the moksha, Jivatma which has gone into moksha will come again to this birth and death cycle because their moksha period will get over at one point of time. It will come again for the birth and death cycle. This is the Vedic philosophy. So Maharishi never mentioned that the Jivatmas are infinite. Yeah, it appears to us it is infinite from the point of view of us. We cannot count the number of Jivatmas. Like 1 square meter area, if you go and dig in a field, in 1 square meter area, there are more Jivatmas than the population of the earth, the human population in the earth. So in 1 square meter ground. So there are unlimited Jivatma from our point of view. Like we say, right? Trillions and trillions and billions and trillions of stars and galaxies are there. We cannot count how much exactly. That is infinite for us. But they are really finite from the point of view of Paramatma. Paramatma says it's like a small nest to me. Just like a tree is there and a nest is so small for the tree, similarly, from my point of view, this universe is a small nest only. So from Paramatma's point of view, the Jivatmas are finite and countable, and Paramatma knows how many Jivatmas exist, and Paramatma knows every karma of every Jivatma, and Paramatma knows the results, what is to be awarded for every Jivatma, whether should I award Moksha or Bandha. From Paramatma point of view, the Jivatma is finite. But our point of view, it is infinite. We cannot count it. It's unknown for us, but it is always constant. My acharyas, many people have asked this question. The world population is keeping on increasing. That means it's not that God is creating new souls every day. No. The souls are always constant. Today you see a tree, and after 10 years the tree disappears. That tree might come into a human birth. There are uncountable bacteria in the air. That bacteria, each and every bacteria is a Jivatma. They will also come into a human birth. So if the human population is increasing, some other species population is decreasing, which we do not see. So because Jivatma is neither created nor destroyed. In fact, you see, I was reading this Yajurvedam Adhyaya 12, Dvadasho Adhyaya, where Paramatma says, Swayam Janma Rahit hai. Paramatma says in the mantra 12/37, Garbho asya oshadinam, Garbho vanaspatinam, Garbho vishwasya bhutasya agne, Garbho apamasi. In this mantra, Paramatma says, Hey Jivatma, Hey Agne, here Agne means Jivatma, दूसरे शरीर को प्राप्त होने वाले जीवात्मा. Paramatma is giving the knowledge to Jivatma that you are the one who will attain the next sharir. I will not attain next sharir because I am sharir rahit. So Paramatma differentiates Jivatma in this mantra, and Paramatma says, दूसरे शरीर को प्राप्त होने वाला जीव. You will get the next sharir based on your karma. So various oshadinam, where you will go into oshadi, you will go into vanaspati, you will go into any, you can enter into, you can stay anywhere after the death. But at the end of the day, you will enter into an garbha and you will get into the body form. Either it will be a tree or it will be animals or insects or human beings. But finally, garbaroop bhitar rehne hara hai, isliye tu आज अर्थात स्वयं जन्म रहित है. You reside within the garbha, you take birth as a human being or animal insect, but you yourself are unborn. You are not created by me, Paramatma says. So Paramatma cannot create new souls. Paramatma does not create new souls. Souls are ever existing. Paramatma is ever existing. Paramatma also does not have mother father. We as Jivatma do not have mother father. But we enter into Bandha and Moksha based on our karma. Paramatma is always in his Moksha avastha. Paramatma is always in his Ananda blissful avastha. So Veda mantras are very clearly saying that Jivatma is unborn. And also Vedas very clearly says Jivatma and this universe appears to be infinite for us. Trillions and billions to the power of trillion galaxies. Like one scientist was saying, if you take in the light speed, if you move from here and after several trillion years you reach to the, or 13 billion years you reach to the end of the galaxy, end of this universe, you will see further 13.2 billion years. That is because the universe is unlimited from our point of view. But from Paramatma point of view, Paramatma clarifies in Yajurveda that this entire unlimited appearing universe is very, very small. In Padovasya Vishwa Bhutani Tripadasya Amritam Divi. This entire universe is nothing in front of me. It's ansh, chota sa ansh hai. Chota ansh means my minute power creates this entire universe. This universe is not ansh of Paramatma. This universe is created from the minute power of Paramatma. So Jivatma is finite. It's not infinite. Maharishi never mentioned in anywhere that Jivatmas are infinite. If he had mentioned, it is from the point of view of us. If he had mentioned, but I have never read anywhere that Maharishi Dayanand Saraswati mentioning that Jivatmas are unlimited and infinite. No. It is infinite means from our point of view, we cannot count it. But in reality, they are never born. Since they are never born, they are always constant. But we cannot count how many Jivatmas are present. Inside this room, see the air is there, light is there, the kitchen is there. Inside this room, kitchen, the food is prepared and kept ready. Even in the food, bacteria might exist. Even in the air, what I breathe, bacteria everywhere. And inside the intestine, Dr. Paul Manik is a Tamil guy. He was telling inside the intestine, 15 trillion bacteria are there. So Jivatma exists everywhere. Uncountable. 15 trillion bacteria inside one human being into 8 billion population. See how many bacteria are there. You cannot count. But from Paramatma point of view, everything is finite. Please understand that. So moksha is finite. Moksha is lengthy period, but it is very, very finite. But the Hindus were mentioning to him that, escaping the cycle of cause and effect. No, moksha itself is an effect. Attaining moksha does not mean you are escaping cycle of cause and effect. Moksha is an effect of a particular cause, and that cause is tapasya. And that cause is avivek and vivek and vairagya. Vivek and vairagya is the cause of moksha, and moksha is obtained as a result of vivek, vairagya and tapasya. And after the moksha period is over, then again we will come to birth and death cycle. I hope you understood. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om, Om, Om.